Hello, this is Manuela, your guiding light. And today we would like to talk about who is the antichrist. This question was puzzling me for a while, and I done a little bit of research. I also asked my angels to show me. I prayed a lot to show me the guidance, to show me who is the antichrist. And it just came to me yesterday as I was watching one of the movies, and that makes sense to me. So the Bible says that at the end of the times, and how we will know that is the end of the times, the Antichrist will come. Now, also Jesus said that the way he ascended to heaven, the same way he will come back. So, Jesus ascended to heaven as a light. And that means he's coming back as a light. I always knew that. I always knew that Jesus will only really come back when the earth is going through the shift, when there's new earth here, or either we are entering in a new earth, when it's the end basically of the darkness. Because for light, like angels, for example, angels are pure light, they never take the body. I also don't believe that there's a fallen angels, any angels that actually took the body. I don't believe that, because angels that are pure light, they cannot sustain on earth because the earth is negative. So it's the same with Jesus. Jesus to come as a light, really to come down, he simply cannot sustain because the earth is negative. The only time when they can actually come and stay on earth is when the earth is gone through change, and it's actually all the darkness is gone, so there's no more darkness. Only then they can actually come. That's when the heaven and earth becomes one. That's the way I always seen it, and that's the way it was shown to me before. But this Antichrist was sort of puzzling me for a while, and I believe which it's going to happen a lot. I believe it's going to happen on a big scale. People are at this stage, even right now, people are really looking forward to waiting for Jesus to come back. Many of them don't understand how he's going to come back. Many things that he's going to be incarnate again, this time like every soul sort of incarnates again. But even us, every soul, once it comes to that stage where it's perfection, cannot incarnate anymore. So even we, if we come to that stage where we are perfect, where we forgive to everybody, where we never make any bad karmic debts, we don't create bad karmic debts, which are sins. So then when we die, we're going to heaven and we're not incarnating anymore because we become pure light. So it's the same with Jesus. He cannot incarnate anymore because he's a pure light. And that type of light, no soul can actually handle it. So I believe that Jesus showed himself too as a spirit. He shows himself, they sound like angels. They come to show themselves to us. They come for only those few minutes or even seconds sometimes to show themselves that they are here, that they are helping us. And I believe Jesus does that a lot. I shared my experiences in one of the YouTube videos you can watch if Jesus is coming. And I'm not going to repeat it here again, but I believe that Jesus comes to show himself when we are in need, to show that he's here, that he's helping us, that he's supporting us, and also to comfort us, and also to test us as well. I remember when I've seen him first time, I was confused a little bit. It was very hard to believe. But then he showed me a sign that that it's impossible to happen. He showed himself in one spot, and then in the next 2-3 minutes he was completely on the other side of the street, which was impossible for every human to do. Like, for example, now when we talk about Antichrist is a person that's gonna be pretending to be Jesus. Will he pretend, or will he actually truly believe that he is? That's a question. That's something that I'm not really clear, because I did get that a lot of people will actually believe that they are. A lot of people will be confused. A lot of people will actually pretend to be Jesus. So for me, when I saw him first time and I was questioning, is somebody, you have to sort of, your logical mind will always ask you, is this really real, or is it somebody just really pretending to be him? But when I seen him in one street and then in 2 minutes in a completely other end of the other street, I knew it was him. So Jesus will always show you really clear signs when he shows himself, when he came here to show you that he's helping you, that he's here for you, that he can see you basically, that he can see your struggles. And they usually show himself when you are really struggling, when you really need him. They sound like angels. Angels come and show themselves, and they show themselves the way you can recognize them. Angels are not really, don't have really wings, but they appear to us with wings because that's what we believe they are. They sound like Jesus. Jesus will show himself exactly the same he was when he was here on earth. To show us so we can recognize it. So that's how we know. They sound like when we do mediumship. Every soul that we communicate to, when I do mediumship, they show themselves exactly the way they look, the way they dressed when they were here. So we can recognize them, so we can know that who it is, who the soul is. That's how we identify them, basically. So I believe that Jesus will come at the end of the darkness, but we will have a lot of souls that's gonna pretend to be a Jesus, and I believe this antichrist will be one of the ones that is gonna be really, really so convincing that majority of people gonna start following him. People gonna start following him and worship him the same like Jesus, and then Jesus will show himself. So the antichrist, it's not somebody that it's actually bad. He's gonna actually be good. He's gonna be really good. He's gonna be pretend to be Jesus. So he's not that he's gonna create wars or anything like that. I believe he's gonna be extremely good, so convincingly good that everybody's gonna follow him. But he's not gonna create wars or anything like that. And I was showing that there's going to be a lot of people that's going to even dress like Jesus. There's going to be times where there's going to be a lot of preachers on the street dressing up like Jesus, look like Jesus. There's going to be a lot of them there. And I believe it's because of that deep desire that everybody has and waiting for Jesus to come and save us, basically, to help us all, because there's so much negativity happening on earth. Also, I believe that a lot of people are confused even when it comes to Bible. So even if we look back into all these prophets that were really early prophets like Isaiah, even Solomon, and all those really old spiritual teachers, I believe there was a lot of misunderstanding in their predictions. There was a lot of misunderstanding in the Bible as well. People don't really understand it. Even the same like a prophecy of Nostradamus, not everybody can really understand it. So there's a lot of prophecy that is misinterpreted. A lot of people don't understand it and they misinterpret it. So I believe when Jesus said that he wants everybody to be like him, to desire to be like him, I believe what he meant is to be good like him, to be forgiven, to be kind, to do good things and not to create bad things and not to wish bad to anybody, to love their enemies, just the way he says, which is really hard for anybody to do. It's really hard in this earth now. But that's what Jesus meant when he said that we need to be desire to be like him, but not to actually be him. I don't believe that anybody is him or anybody will be him. And I also believe that he sent us light workers, all the healers that have healing and psychic gifts. He sent us all to do his work because he is not coming down anymore. And to some degree, we are here to do his work. Not that we all doing it exactly the way he wanted us. We are learning how to do it. And a lot of us make a lot of mistakes. Even myself, I didn't quite understand how exactly we are meant to do it. But that's what he meant. What he meant is that we are created in his image. We have the gifts. We just have to learn how to use them the way God wants us to use them, in a way that he used them. So to have those good qualities of him and to create good to everybody and not to create any sins and karmic debts. So this is what Jesus really meant. But a lot of people misinterpret this and they think that we are meant to be like him. We cannot be like him, and we should not take anybody's image. That it's actually wrong. We should not take anybody's image. But that's how you will recognize the antichrist. I believe that antichrist is sent and God is using him to test us. Everything that's happening now, it's testing us. There's so much tests on earth. Every psychic is tested. And everybody is tested with every psychic. There's so much of different interpretations, so much of different information. And it's all really a test. Because we're all learning how to do and how to do the work and how to use our gifts in the best way possible. So this is going to be a really big test. It's not going to be real Jesus, it's going to be real test. And then when this person gets a lot of people on his side and a lot of to follow him, that's when the real Jesus will come. And he shown himself really from heaven, and he's going to make sure that everybody going to see him. So this is going to be a big test for everybody. And this is a times to really connect to God, connect to the light, so that you have that inner knowing. When somebody says that they are Jesus or that they are God, how you will know that. How you will know that. Even if they can perform miracles, there's a lot of healers that can perform miracles, that can do miracle healings, but that doesn't make them Jesus. They're not Jesus. There are amazing healers out there, but they are not Jesus. Jesus gave to everybody gifts. He gave to everybody gifts, and he works really through us. He works through everybody. When you really connect to him, he can work through you, and your gifts can become stronger. But nobody is Jesus. So keep that in mind when the Antichrist comes. He is not going to be a bad person. He's going to be actually a good person, or at least pretending to be good. We hope that this video can help you, and I believe that this is a time where your gifts and your connection with God, it's extremely important. Be aware of the tests. They are everywhere, in everybody's life. Only that true connection to God, your inner knowing, will tell you what is the truth. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and if you did like this video, please click on like or subscribe. Bye bye for now.